Well, it's time for another edition of the Pumpkin Patch with me, your host, Pumpkin Pete. Welcome back, all of my faithful followers. First edition for this year. I mean, there's not a lot to see out here, but I just thought I'd show what's going on in the pumpkin patch. You can see them in there. I just planted these guys tonight, so I made these greenhouses. They're kind of not great, but they do serve the purpose, I guess. So I've got seed from an 1,800 pound pumpkin in here from last year. And then in this guy, I've got two of them in here. You can see them. They're both from a 2,300 pounder from last year. I stuck this guy out here. He was just a random anonymous. I don't know what he is, so I just put him out here. He'll probably die, but I'll try him. And here, this guy is really steamy in here. There is two plants. On this end, there's an orange 1,900 pound pumpkin. On that side, I believe it was like a 2,100, like a white. So we'll see which one looks better there. And then I have this monstrosity here that looks like crap, but whatever. This is two of them. There's 1,700 pound parents, so I'll probably just use those as breeding stock, I guess, possibly. We'll see how things go. So yeah, that's the pumpkin patch out here. Nothing too crazy. I got this rhubarb plant from a good friend of mine this spring, and it was just some spikes coming out like just a few weeks ago, but it's going to town, so it's good to see. Good rhubarb. I guess stay tuned. If you need rhubarb, let me know. Did try some new biologicals on the seed this year. I've got some stuff that I was given to try. It sure seemed to work on the seed. I had 100% germination, which almost never happens, so that's pretty awesome. And then I've got some foliar bacteria that I added to help strengthen the plant, and then some foliar nutrition as normal. But I've got some different brands I'm trying out this year. Again, from some of the providers I work with were nice enough to kind of help out and say, here, try this stuff, see what it does on your pumpkins. If it does well, we'll advertise it, and if not, don't tell anybody. So that's where we are. I guess some news on the patch this year. I'm probably going to try to do some different content. You know, I enjoy doing the pumpkin material, but I've kind of got some ideas for kind of off the patch, and some educational videos on trolling and fishing on the bay and Lake Winnebago. And if I can get out there on Lake Michigan, we'll do some educational videos there, because we did get a new boat this year, a little bigger, actually quite a bit bigger and newer, and it should be big enough for Lake Michigan. And I've got most of the gear now, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's the pumpkin patch start for this year. Until next time, keep your pumpkin on the patch.